Good morning, friends. This is our third lecture of inheritance and heredity. In the last period, we have seen about the reasons of mental success. Today, we are going to see one of the responsible character which has been expressed by the Mendel itself. What was the particular aspect that is called as the factor? Friends, first of all, we will see what is the meaning of the factor. And we have introduced this particular term in the chapter called as the inheritance and variation. In the 19th century, at that time, the science was not that much again evolved. But then and then also, Mr. Mendel, he have told one term that is called as the factor. What was the factor actually? The factor is nothing but one of the inherited aspect which can transfer from one generation to another generation, which has a capacity to express itself. And now that factor is called as a gene. Now that factor is called as gene. At that time, he only called it as a factor, which can be transferred from one generation to another generation. It is one of the inherited character. But at that time, he had just given the name called as the factor. And now, after the discovery, that factor is considered as a gene. And the gene inherits itself from one generation to another generation. And due to that only, the characters are transferred from one generation to another generation. That is the factor. After seeing this particular factor, which was explained very well by the Mendel, now in this particular chapter, we have seen each and everything, that is, what is the actual mechanism of the inheritance. We have seen what are the reasons of the Mendel's factor. We have seen the next thing, that is about the gene and also the factor. Now we are going to see the next terms, or before seeing the Mendel's experiment, what he have done the experiment in his life, that means his work was on the hybridization process, which he works on the plant called as the Pisum sativum, that is called as the sweet pea. Now, I have told each and everything why he have selected the sweet pea plant, what are the reasons behind it, why he got the success. He mostly works on the expressions, that is called as the ratios. He expressed that particular, what we can say, his own views, and finally he have concluded the result in the form of ratios. That is very important thing. Now in the next bit, we are going to see that which type of terminology is used here. That is called as a genetic terminology. Genetic terminology. Which are the terms they are used in the genetics. That's why only the Mendel is called as the father of genetics. He have used the terms in this particular chapter, and when the student will know each and everything about the particular terms, then and then only he will know each and everything about the inheritance and variation very properly. Otherwise, no. Now the first term he have used, that is the character. What is the character? Character is nothing but one of the unique feature of an organism. For example, suppose the pea plant is of mainly two types. That is, some plants are dark and some plants are tall. This is one of the unique feature of that particular organism, and that is considered as one of the character of an organism. This is a first term that is called as character. The second one is called as the trait. What is a trait? The trait is nothing but the inherited character which is detectable and variant. Which is detectable and variable, or we can call it as a variant. Means, suppose any organism is there and we are saying that what is the trait of that particular organism? Means that character should be expressed and that character should be detected properly. Such type of term or such type of character is called as trait. Sometimes instead of character we are using the term called as the trait. It is one of the biological term. Okay, means tall and a dwarf. These are the two detectable variants in the plant body. The next term is gene. What is a gene? What we wear as a fashion, that is not a gene, that is another gene. The spelling is very variable. Geans, that is the another gene, and Gen, it is one of the gene. What is the gene? It is a unit of heredity which is present on the chromosome and which has a capacity to transfer from one generation to another generation. Mendel called it as a factor, but actual that factor is nothing but it is now known as a gene. Means the characters, they are transferred from one generation to another generation and it is a unit of heredity and it is present on the DNA, means it is present on the chromosome itself. That is called as the gene. Next, alleles or allelomorph. What is allele or allelomorph? Two or more alternative forms of gene which controls a single character, or two or more alternative forms of genes, they are also called as the alleles or allelomorph. In the simple things or in the short form, allelomorph is also called as alleles. In the short, means the short form of the allelomorph is alleles. See, after seeing the meaning of the alleles and allelomorph, alleles are nothing but the two or more alternative forms of genes which controls the character. As I have given one example, that is about the capital T, small t. You see here, these are the two genes and they are alleles of each other. They shows the pairing with each other and it controls a single character, that is for the tallness, and small t it controls the character for the dwarfness. Okay. Now if we see these particular alleles, these alleles, they remain together in the homologous chromosomes. They remain together in your homologous chromosomes. Means whenever the chromosomes are homologous, and always the homologous chromosomes are called as the X chromosomes, which they appears during the gamete formation, during the meiosis process, and they occupy the similar position. They occupy the similar position called as loci. LOCI means that is one of the location. On which location the genes are present on the chromosome, and these two genes, they forms the pairing called as alleles These two genes they are called as allelomorph and the short form of the allelomorph is